Hello, we are back with another January work in progress, clear the table. And today I decided to do a voiceover on this one, leave the noise in the background. But it is a flat scarf, so just a regular flat scarf, 2 layers of the most beautiful, soft flannel. And I have cut them to about 8 inches wide and as long as the fabric was, which is about 70 inches. So that's kind of, it's a little bit of a longer scarf, but this is like your regular kind of scarf. So you're just going to wrap this around once or twice, tuck it in under your coat and walk away. So right here, I'm just sewing those 2 pieces together. And at the end, I have left a gap. So the gap is where we're going to turn it inside out. So as soon as I'm done sewing those 2 pieces together, I take it to the cutting table and we trim off the corners and we avoid the seam that we've just sewn. And I'm going to turn it inside out. And so by turning it inside out, I'm just opening the one end that I've left open and I'm going to turn the whole thing inside out. And then we're going to use our fingers. Well, actually, we're going to use a knitting needle first to poke the corners out. And we're going to also use the knitting needle to sort of poke the seam out. I don't know if that makes sense, but sort of make it kind of flat. It just helps a little in the next step when I go to put the top stitch all along around the edge. So that's what I'm doing here. Again, I'm just kind of using my fingers to sort of flatten out that seam and make it a little, almost invisible is kind of, I guess, how you would describe it. And then I'm going to close this up on the end. When I close it up on the end, we're going to close it with the top stitch as well. So it's kind of a 2-for-1. Here, I'm just ironing out that seam and making it look nice. So once we are done ironing, we take it back to the sewing machine and we sew a top stitch all along the edge, all 4 edges of the scarf. This closes up the end and also just keeps the seam all together and just gives it a really nice, tidy finish. The last little step is I'm adding my tag so you know who it's made by. Cheers.